Welcome back to Coin Sense and Nonsense. Today, it's the 1893 Isabella Commemorative Quarter. So this was issued for the Columbian Exposition, which was held in 1893 in Chicago. And so this was kind of a big deal. Back in those days, the World's Fair was a very prestigious thing to host. And so this was the one in Chicago, and it was the 400th anniversary of Columbus's discovering America. We'll leave that for another day. But that was in 1892, and so they were a little bit late with the fair, but so be it. And so they had issued the Columbian Exposition $50, and those were issued in 1892 to kind of fund or help fund the exposition. And so by the time the fair had started or the exposition had started, the board of lady managers had come up with the idea to have a souvenir issued for the distribution or for sale, actually, at the World's Fair. So they arranged for $10,000 of the money that was slated to go to them from Congress to be issued in the form of these quarters. And so there was a maximum mintage of 40,000. They only sold like 15,000 of these at the fair, and so they had quite a few left over. So after the fair was over, the woman who was in charge of this board of lady managers, and this is Mrs. Potter Palmer, she was a Chicago socialite, and so she arranged to buy like 25,000. No, actually, she bought 10,000 at face value. And so there were still quite a few left over, and so they melted a bunch. And so the net distribution of these is only 24,414. Oh, no, 214. And so a lot got melted. So the value on this really kind of was pretty high initially anyway. So it's also kind of a controversial design. This is a Charles Barber design. And so this is supposed to be depicting woman's work. And so, of course, in today's climate, that's not going to be too acceptable here to show it or to depict it this way. So this coin has like a little bit of color going on. Not quite enough, I don't think, for a Toner Tuesday. But it is a very cool piece of history, I would say. Whether you're, feel it's an appropriate image or not, it's just kind of an interesting, like I say, piece of our numismatic history. This is only the second commemorative in the early commemorative series, or what they call the classic commemoratives, which went from like 1892 to 1954. And then there were no commemoratives from 1955 until 1981. And then the first ones to be reissued, or not reissued, but to kick off the modern commemoratives was the George Washington $50 in 1982. So kind of cool, our history of commemorative coins. A lot of commemoratives were issued for bogus causes and reasons. If you could influence Congress in some way or somehow get an idea for coins to be minted, there's like I say, a lot of very suspect issues in commemoratives. So it's kind of a tough thing to collect them all. I don't think I ever could do that. I started out to just collect the ones that had ships in them, but this one had always been a goal of mine. So this is the first ever U.S. coin to depict a foreign monarch, and I believe it's still the only coin to have done that. And it's, like I say, the only commemorative to be in the quarter format. So these are kind of like in the $500 range in this grade. This is MS63. And unfortunately, the holder is pretty scarred up here, but I thought this one was pretty eye-pleasing. A lot of the Isabella Quarters are dark, and some have decent toning, but most are very dark from kind of being either cleaned or dipped or whatever. So I'm happy to have added this one. And yeah, some of these also can be proof-like. This one didn't quite have that going for it. It was a little bit bright in some of the jewelry areas there, and the crown and all, and so I just thought it was somewhat eye-pleasing compared to some others. So anyway, just wanted to share a cool commemorative, added a bucket list, I would say. So I thank you for watching Coin Sense and Nonsense, and until next time, bye.